Alrighty, we are breathlessly anticipating the rest of the day here at the second day of the DeLand Sport Aviation Showcase. The weather's finally improving, so fill me in. What's the latest on the iFlyGPS product and what you're doing with the Venture Pilot?
So the latest product, we just put out a new release. We've added a couple of features. You can sync flight plans from ForeFlight now. So if you're using, or a buddy of yours is using a product, you can send flight plans over to ours. What we've been working on, which is still not fully released, is a product called Ifly Efb. And this is going to be a rebranded version of iFlyGPS. It's a separate product in the Play Store and in the App Store that you can download. Some of what we're doing there is a little bit still close to our chest, but the main mission hasn't changed. We're looking to create an EFB that is easy to use in the cockpit, because that's our primary mission. So we have big fonts and super easy to use interface, lots of capabilities and intelligence built into the app, but we're adding a lot of polish. We're adding a lot of bells and whistles that our current app doesn't have. But there's so many people that just don't want change. They like the app. We got a really loyal following. We've decided to make this release a separate product entirely. So customers can choose either or. They can choose EFB or iFlyGPS.
Who is your market for these products?
Our primary market is general aviation pilots. So that's most of our business. We do have some military accounts. We have some commercial accounts. So we play in a lot of different parks, but our main market is general aviation aircraft.
Are you pretty much platform agnostic by now?
We are. We work on Android, iOS, Windows seamlessly. It's the same app on any of those products.
Okay. We've been watching the wars, if you will, between the various products, and it's very hard for any product to distinguish, especially when you got a couple of 600-pound gorillas out there. How do you shout across the top of the rooftops on this?
Yeah, our differentiators, our primary differentiator is ease of use in the cockpit. You know, most of the other apps, ForeFlight, it's a good app, but they designed that originally as a flight planning tool. And you can see that it works great on your desk, but when you get up in the cockpit and you're bouncing around, there's a lot of sunlight, those little buttons and tiny fonts can really be hard to use. Well, we've taken the other direction. Ours was designed as a navigation tool. Spent a lot of effort on usability in the cockpit, so that's one of our major differentiators. Of course, being multi-platform is another, cost is another. We're less expensive than some of the competitors out there. And we've added some really clever features like Real Plan, which does a complete VFR flight plan, point-to-point, avoiding terrain and airspaces and picking fuel stops and optimizing for winds aloft. We're the only one that does that kind of really intelligent flight planning. Happy to give you a demo of that if you're curious. Yeah.
Like that.
So if you're going to do a flight, there's a lot to consider. It's very easy to actually create a point-to-point flight plan. I'm just going to do direct to here. And now I have a route, but you're probably not going to go straight across this Class B as a VFR pilot. You're going to have a lot of airspaces to avoid here. So a lot of stuff to consider. We have a feature called Real Plan that lets you pick all the different airspaces you want to avoid. It'll plan your fuel stops. All this information is going to be based on your aircraft spec. So your climb rate, fuel burns, and descent rates, and all of that are preloaded. And then you can pick your altitudes. And then you hit Run Real Plan, and it does it for you. So it came up with a route. Sometimes you'll get two options, the fastest and the cheapest, because it could divert, take a little time, but save a lot on fuel sometimes. This time they were the same. So we have a route now that's taking us underneath the Class B shelf, avoiding these restricted areas, and then it's heading east so that it can follow the terrain and maintain a safe glide distance to land the whole way.
That's very slick. Yeah.
That's Real Plan. You know, that's a unique feature to us. We're really proud of it.
We thank you so much for your time.
All right, thanks. Appreciate you,
If it looks good, it usually flies good. The Bristol series of aircraft is proof of that. Furthering their legacy of safety and efficiency, Bristol is proud to feature the Rotax 915 IS Turbo in the current lineup of aircraft. The 915 IS Turbo power plant offers more power than ever before in a light sport aircraft. Learn more about Bristol at www.sportflyingusa.com.